Hey friends, Not Link here, and welcome back to Big Paintball 2 Leaks. So I've got a lot to show you. I managed to get into the game and I wanted to walk through some of it together. So first I want to show you the Bridge 2021 style map because a bunch of things have changed since then. But if you keep watching, a brand new map is going to be shown. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're ready for this new map. I know I certainly wasn't. So when I hit spawn, you'll be able to see something very cool. Take a look. I immediately noticed it. The spawn area has changed. So not only do we now have the new like X spawn zone, not sure what that's about, but there's also the barrels, which I'm gonna show you something really cool with them a little bit later. But I was thinking to myself, all right, that's pretty cool. You know, you got a little spawn zone, some new decorations, that's how it is. But then when we managed to go outside, look at that. What is that? It looks like some sort of scoreboard, but on the bridge. And there's not actually a scoreboard. It's just like a piece of glass hanging down from both sides. I would assume it's there probably to prevent spawn camping so that it's a lot harder to like shoot your bullets over the bridge. Now there's something I noticed as well. This was gonna get very, very annoying for me, but if we back up just a bit, you can even see it when I spawn. Every person on your team has a green diamond above your head. But now you also have a green diamond above your head. And especially when you're trying to walk up ramps, it becomes very, very noticeable. And so that's a change I hope will get removed because I do not like having my field of vision blocked, even if it's just a little bit. Now, something that's also important to note, which I don't think I brought any attention to previously, I don't even know if I noticed it, but if you take a look at my paint color is now blue. And why is that? Because I'm on the blue team, of course. Now the red team, their paint color is pink. I'm not sure why, but you know what? I don't even mind because like the pink blue vibes, very, very pretty. But where we were commenting ages ago about whether or not we'd be able to tell who was on our team based on the paint color, it looks like that issue's been resolved. But as you can see, things are really starting to shape up. The bridge looks amazing. It's got a little bit more detail. And see that glass pane there on the side? Notice how that side is missing one? It appears you can knock the glass out of their windows. Now, I don't know how you do this or why you do it, if you can knock it out or if it just spawns like that and it falls over. I don't know. It brings a little bit of more realism to the game because of course glass may shatter, that kind of stuff, but I ultimately think this will probably be fixed. Everything will become more sturdy and that won't happen again in the future. Now, do you remember what I said about the barrels? Well, what you're about to see is me discovering the fact that they actually move. Look at that. So of course, naturally, I try and knock it over and you can see that it did move. So I go to this barrel in here and I try and push it over, hopefully in the safety of my own base, and it doesn't seem to be moving, but I keep going and eventually I push it over. And then the best part, you can play like back and forth with the barrels with your teammates. So we spent the next like 2 minutes just pushing a barrel back and forth because that's way more entertaining than shooting other people. So if you're ever bored in Big Paintball, just look for a barrel and hopefully you can push it over. But other than a little bit of extra ivy, a few more decorations, there's not too much extra to see in this map, so let's move on to the brand new one. Now, I was told this map is gonna be called Theme Park. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate, but that's the speculation right now. And you'll see it 3, 2, 1. What am I looking at? A burger. I'm looking at a burger. And of course, as you start to move out, you realize there's a lot more to this map than meets the eye. You jump in, there's pool floaties, there's flowers in the background, there's tables upside down, there's this random massive structure, which I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be, but it kind of looks like the entrance to the theme park. You can also see very far off into the distance those green little diamonds, which is where your teammates are spawning during gun selection. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember seeing anything like that in Big Paintball 1. So considering this game is still in development, seeing your teammates while they're in the gun selection menu is probably going to change. So as we walk in, you'll notice that of course a lot of things aren't fully textured yet, but you can do some hardcore parkour. In the middle there is a little crazy, but you'll see there's an octopus. So I think this is kind of like a water theme park because not only is there an octopus, it looks like this is a splash pad type vibe. And then we've got a crying statue, which again, water themed, more pool floaties, more tables to sit and relax, kind of like a beach castle. And then A whale. What is that? So now we get a better look at the whale. It has a massive tongue, and you are able to go in the whale, which I will show you a little bit later. But making our way back to the burger, you can see this is a food court vibe, so that's why we've got all the burgers, we've got the ice cream. Oh yes, and then if you listen, you'll be able to hear the difference because when you shoot sand, it makes a different sound. So take a little bit of a listen here. Can you hear the grittiness? That's definitely the sound of sand. But as I was saying, this seems to be a food court area with a burger shop, ice cream shop, and a yellow shop, which doesn't have decoration yet, but if I had to guess, will probably end up as a fry stand. Now, Big Paintball restarted, so when I jumped back in, I was met with this thing. It is very orange, very strange. I'm not exactly sure what it was, so I tried to like parkour on top of it, and you can see it does go quite a ways away, so I managed to get on top and take a little bit of a better look at the map, but unfortunately I got tagged pretty quick. Now, upon reviewing this footage, I would tend to believe that this massive orange line is supposed to be a water slide. Since it appears that the map is like an aquatic theme park, that would kind of make the most sense. And on the assumption that this map isn't actually done, this is probably just the base structure, and they'll continue to add further details to it. Now, in the area you'll see next, you'll be able to see a castle, which kind of reinforces to me the idea of the beach theme. Here's the castle. It's not made out of sand, but what do you usually do at a beach? You make sand castles. So to me, having a stone structure that is like a castle makes a lot of sense for the theme park. Now, this area that I spawn into is a little bit different. It's something that I haven't seen before, but it's right next to the octopus. You can see after I stop jumping all over them that there are cannons facing out into the water. Now, it's really, really difficult to get a good look at the map when everybody's trying to actively shoot you. But from what I was able to see, my opinions are kind of mixed because I really, really love the map and I think it's beautiful, absolutely visually stunning. But I think on a playability scale, it might be just a little bit too big and a little bit too restricted. Because there's so many walls and not a lot of second tier flooring, it makes it very difficult to find anybody on the map. But that being said, it could also be very, very good for spawn camping if sentries aren't too difficult to get. I have a feeling that this map is going to be similar to Concrete in the way that it performs, simply because it's so large and a lot of it is just cut off by walls. So if you're good at Concrete, you might be good at this map. Now, as promised, I managed to get into a map that didn't really have many players, and so you saw the whale and I desperately wanted to go in. So the way to get into the whale is through the little cave area. Just go over the drawbridge, past the torch, and up the ramp. Now there's a couple entrances you can see down there, but you can go straight up through the whale's mouth and jump out the other side. Or take a nice visual of the whole map. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot in this map. Unfortunately, you can't parkour onto the whale, which I really hope you'll be able to in the future. But you can see there's the cannon section, there's the orange section, we've got the octopus, and that kind of looks like a lighthouse. And on top of that, we've got the splash pad, we've got the castle, and we've got the food court area. So overall, this map is really cool, and I'm excited to see how far it can go. But remember, if you want to stay up to date on big paintball leagues, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.